Hello guys, it is Sam. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a very exciting video for you guys. As you know, every single year when Apple comes out with a new iOS version, ever since iOS 14, I've been doing iOS customization videos for you, and I am so excited. I downloaded iOS 17 a little bit early just so I can get used to everything that is on iOS 17 and actually show you guys when it first comes out, my true opinions of it. There is some really cool updates that I do really enjoy for iOS 17, so I am so excited and I know that you guys will really like this as well. With all that being said, if you are not up to date with any of the iOS videos that I've done in the past and you need some help customizing widgets or doing your lock screen, I will have all of my previous iOS videos linked down below. I will also have timestamps of this video, so if you're looking for a specific thing, just check the description box down below so you can just easily skip to what you are looking for. Let's get into this video because I am so excited to show you everything that Apple came out with for iOS 17. Apple's original Wonderlust event, I believe, is happening on September 12th. This video will be posted before that, but usually, and I quote unusually, so I'm not 100% sure, but from past experience, whenever Apple had their Wonderlust event, iOS 17 and all the previous iOSs did come out within a week after, and then the iPhone rolled out the following Friday. So I'm not saying that's gonna happen this time, that's just what usually happens. So with all that being said, let's get into the video, and let me first show you how to download iOS 17, just in case you don't know. So you are going to want to go into settings when you download any version of iOS. So you're gonna go into settings and you're gonna go to general. You are going to go to software update, and then when you have an iOS update, it'll pop up here. As you guys can see, I have the beta version of iOS 17. That's because it's not out yet, but it's basically the same thing. They just fixed a couple bugs that may happen. I don't download the beta version until a week before it comes out, just because I know that it's going to be its safest then. Obviously with beta, there is always a little bit of a risk, but the closer to Apple dropping it, in my opinion, the safer it is. So I downloaded it like a week before, definitely either the last week of August or the beginning week of September, and I usually never have a problem. Knock on wood, I haven't had a problem yet, so I think everything is fine, but again, everyone's phone will react differently if you do download the beta, so just take that as a disclaimer, but for me, it's okay, and when Apple does release this, it will be fine. So that is how you actually download iOS 17 or any iOS, depending on when you're watching this video. Now let's get into the features. Let's get into the biggest feature that Apple is rolling out with, which is something called standby. If you don't know what standby is, it's basically where you can make your phone go on a standby mode. Now, sometimes if you download iOS 17, it won't come up, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. And then we're gonna talk about exactly what it does and how cool it actually is. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're gonna go into settings and you're going to hit standby. Now, like I said, sometimes it won't be enabled. So when you want it to be on, or if you are someone who doesn't want standby on, you would just come here and click off, and then when you want it on, or if you're someone who's trying to get it to work, you would just click it on. Now, it's not going to work unless your phone is charging. This is more a night type of feature. So what you're going to do is you need to charge your phone. So you're going to plug in your phone and your phone needs to be off. This is what it's going to look like. There's all different types of customizations that you can do. Basically what standby is it allows you to have your phone on a standby type of mode, and as long as it's horizontal, you will be able to see this screen that I'm looking at right now. Now, in order to change it, there's all different types of things that you can do. So there's a lot of things that you will be able to see. So for example, when you swipe, you see all different types of clocks. There is actually an option where you can see all your different photos. So in order to change that, you're going to hit the plus button, and then there's going to be all types of ones that you can hit. So for example, let's do my Pinterest board, and it is going to just shuffle through all of this on standby, which I thought was really cool. It'll also tell you the date that it was downloaded onto your phone from Pinterest, for example, or Taken, and it'll just swipe through all of your photos, which is something that I really like. Next, there is this clock, which I think is cool. You can kind of customize all of the widgets and how you want your standby to look, but I thought these in particular were really cool. You can also go into your little calendar here and it'll tell you the day and everything like that, which is amazing as well. So like I said, the whole thing about standby is basically something that you can have your phone display while you are not on your phone, while it's charging at a horizontal horizontal angle. Now there are all different types of widgets that you can put on this. You can just do a simple clock. You can do photos like I did right here, and they will switch, but you have to program them to switch, and I didn't do that yet. So you can get them to switch, but you have to like add everything to an album and then make it switch. At least that's the only way I have found out how to do it. There is also some things that you can switch here. So this is the main screen. If you go up, it'll show you all the different types of widgets that you can have on your phone, which I thought was really cool. You can have the location of your friends, which I'm not going to show you because it's going to show you my location, but you can also have the world clock. You can also switch this over here. So you can have the weather, you can have the calendar, you can have all things that you need to do. So for example, I have my friend's birthday, I have some things I have to do on the 24th, I have GovBall. These are actually old things. These aren't actually things that I'm doing currently, but that's just a kind of like cool interactive thing. And you can also check these off, which is another thing that I will talk about later, but you are also now able to check things off while you are actually on a widget rather than going into the widget, and you can do that right from standby as well, which I thought was amazing. Again, you can just keep scrolling up and all different types of widgets will come up. Those are just some cool things. You have some photos here that you can customize and everything like that, and then you can click it and it'll bring you right into photos. So that is iOS 17's main feature that I really like. Of course, there is other ways to customize it. There's also ways you can get an analog clock to show up on standby. However, it's a little different because it's not really on a standby mode. You would just put your phone charging and like turn it, if that makes sense. It's more of like for the aesthetic, but it's not actually through Apple, it's through a website, which I can show you guys a little bit later because I think I am going to get questions on it. It's not known, but it's more known for Mac, and this is just how I figured out how to do it on an iPhone. I'm sure there is other ways, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to show you guys some things that you can edit in your phone for standby. So when you are going into the settings, like I showed you guys before, there is a option to turn on standby, an option to turn off standby, and also options for how you want standby to be. So as you can see right here, your standby option is on the top. Then you have always display, which is on. There's also night mode, so you can go to night mode and it will turn on when it's on night mode, or it'll turn on when it feels motion walking by it. I personally don't like the motion on, but if you did turn it on, it would basically just sense a motion near it and it would turn standby on. You have show notifications, which you can turn on or off. That's just preference. And also show preview on tap only, which is just standby can hide the preview of a notification until you tap it to be on. That is the little thing about standby. That is all the customizations that you can do that I found that I actually really like. Now we are going to go into the lock screen because that is another cool thing that Apple has customized. As you guys can see, this is my lock screen right here, and I really like it. However, as you know, Apple has had many different lock screen and widgets and everything like that that they have customized throughout iOS 14, 15, 16, and now 17. So if I remember correctly, iOS 16 was the one where you changed your lock screen. As you guys know, you could have a lot of different lock screens, you could customize it to your wallpaper, you can make all these different fonts, and if you don't know how to do that, you can watch my iOS 16 video. But the new thing about iOS 17 is now you can customize the fonts just a little bit more. So if we click customize on the bottom right here and we click lock screen, you are going to click the font. Now, like I said, Apple did change their fonts a little bit because they added this sliding bar. Basically what this does is it allows you to make your font really small in the same font that you want, or really thick, depending on how you want it to look. Personally, I like mine the way it does come, but if you are someone who wants it a little thinner or a little thicker, that is now possible, which I thought was really cool. Again, you can also change the colors and change the fonts, but that's not really anything new. That's just something we obviously already knew. That is everything I found out for the lock screen. Again, kind of minimal changes, but I think something that can actually improve a lot of our phone's aesthetic if you are someone who cares about that, which I am, and I know a lot of people do too. I think that being able to change not only the font size, but also the font width is kind of cool as well. Next thing we are going to talk about are the widgets. If you don't know about Apple's widgets, they have been out since iOS 14. Everyone has loved them. I literally started crying when I saw how aesthetic my phone was. I loved it, and ever since then, Apple has just kept increasing their ability. Now it is possible to have interactive widgets. Like I showed you guys before, basically all that is you can use widgets from your home screen rather than going into the app itself. Usually in the past, widgets, you weren't able to change anything. It was kind of just a display on your phone. You can click the widget, but if you clicked it, it would go to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever app it was linked to, depending on what app you linked it to. But the cool thing is now that it's completely different. So I'm gonna show you how to add a widget really quick, and then we'll go into how to actually interact. Hold down your screen, you're going to hit the plus button at the top, and you're gonna choose the exact widget you want. For example, and for the purpose of showing you exactly how this works, I am going to do a Spotify widget, and I'm just going to hit add widget. It's going to add it on my screen, and the cool thing is now I can play music from my phone. All right, my Spotify wasn't working, but to show you guys something else, I'm going to add my Apple Music on, and now you can literally just hit play on the widget and it will start playing the music. For sake of this video, and because I don't want to get copyrighted, I did turn the volume down on my phone, but it does play the music right from the widget, and it's really cool. Another example that you can do is also, like I showed you before, is a reminders widget. So what you would do is you would just click the little check at the top and it would mark your reminder as done. By the way, I always say this, but I did get this actual reminders idea from Julia K. Chris, so I just want to give her credit for that. I will have her video that shows how to do that down below. Not going to restate what she said, but you can go over to her video to see how to do that. I love this thing. It's so cool, and I use it all the time when I actually need to keep up with my reminders. So that is basically everything on the widget perspective. Obviously, you can still add new widgets. You can make your phone look customized like mine is right now, but that is all the same from iOS 14 through iOS 16. The next thing I wanted to talk about is contacts. If you guys know the new phone contact little photo that comes up, it's actually so cool, and it's kind of like a lock screen, but it's for your contact photo. So what you do is you go into contacts. Then when you go into contacts, all you do is you click your name on the top. So this is what it would look like. This is just the screen of what your contact looks like. You're gonna hit edit at the top, and then you're gonna see this. You're going to click edit, and now you're going to be able to customize your phone on how it displays when you call other people or when you get an incoming call from how they display it. So you're going to hit create new. Now the cool thing is you can do this however you want. You can make it a camera photo, you can make a memoji. I like the memoji, so what you do is you click memoji. You can click whatever you want. Personally, I do my face right here that I made, and the cool thing is you can make your own face. So how you do that is, as you guys can see, it is moving when I'm talking. You are going to click the camera, and then you're going to smile however you want. So for example, I did it like that, and then you hit next. Then it kind of just puts it over your name. Now you can customize the font. So for font, let's make it like this, for example, and let's make it, let's say, purple. You can make it a darker purple, you can make it a lighter purple, and then you can also customize the color of the background, which if you put it like that, then you can of course see how it would look. So let's do it like that. Now you can click the font, and you can make the font come in front or in back. So for example, in front or in back. I like it in back, and then you just click done. Then it shows you what it would look like, which I think that's really cool. You hit continue, and then it shows you your profile picture. Now for me personally, I choose a picture of myself for this, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So you would hit continue, and then it saves it, you hit done, and that is how you would be able to do that. For the purpose of this video, I just made that, but I keep my main one as this. So we're just going to hit done. As you guys can see, I customized my contact photo to be a picture of me, and you just hit done, and then it saves so that when you call somebody else, that's what is going to pop up, which I thought was so cool. Again, you can do a photo of yourself, you can do a photo of literally anything, you can do an animal, you can do literally whatever you want, which I thought was so cool. The next thing that is new is in messages. So for messages, how I'm going to show you is I'm gonna go into just a random message, and the first thing that I noticed that was new is if you click this plus button, now there's an option to have all your options of what you can do right in one area. So you just press the plus, and then you have all of them here. You can have more options and stuff like that. So let's say, I don't know, you wanted to use a little sticker. You click the sticker, and then you can choose whatever sticker you actually want. The other cool thing about messages is that the keyboard is a little different. I don't really know how to describe how, but it does look different from the iOS 16 version that I had, at least. It's literally the slightest difference, but it is a really good keyboard. Then the next thing is that there's actually a new sticker option. So again, you hit this plus button, you hit stickers, and you are actually able to make your own sticker now. So how you would do this is hit new sticker, and you can choose photos. You can do literally anything you wanted. So let's say I wanted to make this photo of myself a sticker. You click it, and then you hit add sticker, and it'll stay here and save here, and then you can just paste it into the message and send it to that person, which I thought was really cool. So now you can actually make your own stickers within messages. One of the last things I wanted to show you guys was something called screen distance. So screen distance, I know some people don't like it, but I think it could be really beneficial. So how you're going to do this is you're gonna go into settings, you're going to type in screen time, and then you're going to hit screen distance. What screen distance does is it allows you to reduce your eye strain. So if your phone is too close to your phone, it'll actually alert you and tell you that your iPhone or your iPad is too close to your phone and to have your phone a certain distance away from your face. If you don't like that, you can turn it off and it'll just be as normal as if it wasn't even there. But if you do want it on, you can have it on and it'll tell you, hey, like your phone is too close to your face, and then you can do what you want with that information. But that's another thing that I thought was really cool. These are all the updates I found within iOS 17. Let me know if you guys know more. Obviously, as I get more used to iOS 17 and everything, I'm sure there will be some more updates, so I can make another video on that if you guys wanted me to. The last thing I wanted to show you was something that I really liked. So it's this website right here. It's how you get a Aura clock screensaver. This is what reminded me of Standby because it's an analog clock, but it's more aesthetic and you do have to stay on the Safari for your phone. But if you guys wanted to see that type of process of how you do it, this is how you do it. I do wish they had an app, but from my current understanding, they don't when it comes to your phone. You scroll down a little and you click go to Aura clock for web. Then you just log in with your name and your email address. Then you hit go to Aura clock, and then it just shows you this. You can put your phone sideways like this, and if you close out of this one right here, then it'll just go to full screen. And I thought that that was really cool. So you can leave it. The only thing is, yes, it's not exactly what we're looking for with Standby, but it did just remind me of that. So I wanted to show you guys that that is an option. That is everything that I found within iOS 17. I do really like it, and I think that the interactive widgets is my favorite part, but I also like being able to get calls from my friends and seeing how they customize their contact. If you stayed up until this point of the video, comment this emoji down below and let me know your favorite feature, and if you have found any other things that I didn't mention in this video, because we can help each other out and learn how to customize more options together. As you guys know, the iPhone 15 is coming out soon, so stay tuned for a unboxing. I'll also do a what's on my iPhone with iOS 17. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was beneficial and helpful. Let me know if it was, and let me know what I can do to make it more beneficial and helpful in the future. And I'll have all my other iOS videos linked down below in case you need help with widgets or lock screens or anything like that. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one really soon. Bye.